The river that ran through my property was more than just a stream. It was the lifeblood of my ranch. Cut through the hills, nourished the pastures, and, more importantly, connected my land to the lake downstream. For years, my little wooden bridge allowed me to cross safely, haul equipment, and give my cattle access to the far side of the ranch. Then came Karen. I'd seen her before, standing at the edge of her HOA fiefdom like a self-proclaimed queen of the Lakeside. This time, she had a bigger ambition, my bridge. One morning, I was sipping coffee on the porch when I noticed a convoy of bulldozers heading down the hill. My stomach dropped. Before I could yell, the first machine slammed into my bridge, splintering wood and sending my fence posts tumbling into the river. Karen waved from the lead bulldozer like she'd won some kind of trophy. "What in the world are you doing?" I screamed across the field. "Beautifying the neighborhood," she shouted back. "This bridge is an eyesore, and the HOA has voted for its removal. Consider it community improvement." I ran down, phone in hand, filming every second. "That bridge is private property. You're trespassing." Karen just laughed. "Private property? You mean territory under HOA influence? We've got the bylaws. Move along." I clenched my jaw. Move along? My bridge was gone, my cattle's route disrupted, and Karen was celebrating like she'd just won a parade float competition. I went home and started planning. First, I checked the water flow. The river fed directly into the HOA's prized lakeside mansions, including Karen's $6 million trophy home, which overlooked the water like a miniature Versailles. I smiled. They wanted to mess with my property? Fine. They wanted to disrespect the natural flow? That's where karma comes in. Over the next week, I made subtle adjustments to the upstream sluice gates I legally owned, the ones controlling the irrigation channels. Nothing drastic, just enough to slow the river slightly and accumulate water behind the dam. I watched as the current built momentum, unseen by Karen or her HOA minions. Then, on a stormy Thursday morning, I made my move. I opened the main sluice completely. The river, long held in check, surged forward, taking a path of least resistance, straight toward the lakeside properties. By the time the HOA board realized what was happening, it was too late. Their pristine lawns were quickly transformed into mudslides. Garden fountains overturned. Decorative bridges snapped. And Karen's mansion, perched arrogantly on the shore, was partially submerged, water creeping up to the first floor. The scene was chaotic. HOA members scrambling with sandbags, Karen screaming into her phone, and me watching from my porch, cold coffee in hand, quietly filming the spectacle for posterity. Sheriff deputies were called, but even they couldn't argue with the fact that the river had flowed naturally, according to its legal path. The only damage was to property that had tried to bully mine. The law, in all its elegant irony, was on my side. Karen was furious. "You can't do this. This is an emergency. I'll sue." The deputies shook their heads. "Ma'am, the property owner legally controls upstream water flow. This isn't negligence or flooding. It's natural river management." By evening, the HOA's million-dollar paradise was a muddy mess. Contractors were called, and Karen had to hire engineers to rebuild on her dime. Meanwhile, my bridge was rebuilt sturdily with reinforced wood and a new sign. "Private bridge. HOA violations will be met with natural consequences." The next week, neighborhood gossip exploded. Karen's lawsuit attempts were laughed out of court, and the HOA had to pay fines for illegal construction that blocked natural waterways. Her lakeside mansion, once a symbol of her vanity, became a cautionary tale about hubris and rivers that refused to be tamed. I walked across my new bridge, watching my cattle graze peacefully, and smiled. Nature had sided with me. Karen had learned the hard way that you don't mess with someone who knows how to read the river. And every time the HOA board sends a letter, I keep a glass of iced tea ready on the porch, just in case. Because the bridge may have been gone once, but the lesson, that's permanent. Water wave collision house with garden.